There comes a moment when the life you've built feels strangely foreign. You stand before a mirror, brushing your teeth or adjusting your collar, and for a split second, the person looking back isn't you. It is a stranger wearing your skin, a hollow shell performing a rehearsed dance in a world made of cardboard. You feel a sudden cold shiver, a realization that the self you present to the world is nothing more than a carefully curated lie. This is the first crack in the mirror abyss. Most people spend their entire lives running away from that reflection, terrified of the silence that follows the question, who is looking back? We inhabit a reality where we are taught to polish the mask, to brighten the persona, and to suffocate the darkness that breathes beneath the surface. But Carl Jung, the pioneer of the soul's dark territories, warned that this suppression is a death sentence. By refusing to look into the abyss, you have become its prisoner. The mirror abyss is not a metaphor. It is the architectural blueprint of your imprisonment. It is the place where your discarded desires, your forbidden hungers, and your unlived lives go to rot, only to grow stronger in the shadows. We are told that light is the goal, but in the realm of the soul, a light without a shadow is a blinding illusion. To find the truth, you must first be willing to let the lie of your identity decay. Before we unlock the first seal of the abyss and reveal why your thoughts are not yours, we must address the gatekeepers of this knowledge. If you are one of the 2% who seek the truth beneath the surface, who feel the suffocation of the matrix and the need for a deeper awakening, please click subscribe and join our silent assembly. Your presence here is the first step in dismantling the scaffolding of your false self. The word persona originates from the Latin for mask. In the ancient theaters, actors wore these masks to project a specific character to the audience. Today, the world is your stage, and your mask has grown so tight that you've forgotten it can be removed. From the moment you were born, the grid of consent began its work, shaping your reactions, your morals, and your very sense of I. You were taught to be good is to be compliant, and to be successful is to fit perfectly into the hollowed-out roles provided by the system. Jung observed that the persona is a functional necessity, a bridge between the individual and society. However, the tragedy of modern man is that he has identified solely with the bridge, forgetting the dark, wild land it was meant to cross. You have become a servant to your own reputation. The suffocation you feel in your chest during quiet moments is the soul's reaction to this beautiful prison. You are playing a role in a simulation where the script was written by someone else, and the mentalism trap ensures you believe these borrowed thoughts are your own. Consider the exhaustion you feel after a day of being yourself in public. That fatigue is not physical, it is the energy cost of maintaining a lie. You are carrying the weight of a persona that is fundamentally at odds with the God particle inside your brain. Every time you say yes when your soul screams no, you add another brick to the wall between you and the mirror abyss. You are building a monument to a person who doesn't exist. The scaffolding of your life, your career, your status, your social media presence is designed to keep you from looking down. Because if you look down, you will see the unraveling. you will see that the self is a fragile construct, a stroboscopic illusion flickering against the backdrop of an infinite conscious black light. You are terrified that if the persona falls, there will be nothing left. But the dark philosopher knows better. Only when the mask is stripped bare can the real work begin. To understand the mirror abyss, we must move beyond psychology and into the forbidden physics of the soul. Itzhak Bentov, the man who decoded the holographic nature of the universe, left behind a secret that the CIA buried for decades. He called it the blink factor. According to Bentov's wild pendulum theory, your physical body is not a solid object, but a frequency oscillating at a rate so high it creates the illusion of permanence. Imagine a film projector. Between every frame of light, there is a moment of total darkness. You believe you are a continuous stream of consciousness, but the stroboscopic truth is that you disappear 14 times every second. You are flashing in and out of existence, oscillating between this material reality and a zero-point energy field that hides in plain sight. The question is, where do you go when you blink out? When your physical form vanishes for that microsecond, you enter the mirror abyss. You return to the absolute point where consciousness becomes reality. In that gap, there is no persona, no name, and no history. There is only the still point, the infinite energy field where the laws of the matrix have no power. This is why the system keeps you in a state of constant distraction through the amygdala hijack and the sound matrix to ensure you never notice the gaps in your own existence. The mirror abyss is the shadow reality that exists in those 14 blinks per second. It is where your shadow self resides, fully conscious and waiting. While you are busy polishing your mask in the light of the 3D world, your shadow is gathering the fragments of your power in the darkness. You feel stuck between realities because you are trying to live only in the frames of light, ignoring the 99% of reality that exists in the darkness between the flickers. Your DNA is an antenna, but it is currently tuned only to the broadcast of the Matrix. Carl Jung left us with a prophecy that shatters the fragile glass of modern morality. To find God, you must first become a monster. This is not a call to cruelty, but a demand for totality. We have been conditioned to believe that spirituality is a climb toward a sterile, bleached white purity. But true awakening is an unraveling, a descent into the damp, dark cellars of the psyche to reclaim the parts of yourself you were taught to hate. A tree that reaches for the heavens must have roots that penetrate the deepest soils of hell. The system has meticulously obscured your forbidden anatomy, hiding the God particle that resides within your biological scaffolding. They have taught you to fear your internal darkness because a divided soul is a colonizable soul. Your pineal gland, often calcified by the frequencies of the modern world, serves as a forbidden stargate, a literal portal to higher dimensional fields. To activate this gateway, you must confront the guardian entity, the psychological sentinel standing at the threshold of your ascension. Picture this. You stand at the edge of the mirror abyss, and the guardian asks for your name. If you provide the name on your birth certificate, the persona given to you by the grid, you are cast back into the cycle. But if you stand there as a unified being, One who has integrated the monster and the saint, the guardian vanishes, for it was only ever a reflection of your own self-rejection. Awakening is not about becoming better. It is about the decay of the illusion of perfection. Now consider the gravity of your presence here. Why has your internal antenna tuned to this specific frequency at this specific moment? Perhaps the karmic contracts that have kept you trapped in this simulation are beginning to fray. If you are one of the few souls who feel the urgent necessity to tear up these ancient agreements and exit the death trap waiting between lives, stay with us. This assembly is for the 2% who refuse to be harvested. Click subscribe to seal your intent. The full decoding of your liberation is just beginning. What we call synchronicity, Carl Jung privately identified as glitches in the matrix. Those haunting coincidences, the repeating numbers, the stranger who speaks your unspoken thought, are not merely signs from a benevolent universe. They are moments where the sound matrix controlling your reality experiences a momentary lapse in its broadcast. This matrix uses specific frequency codes to keep your consciousness pinned to a narrow, manageable bandwidth. Consider this: most of what you identify as your private thoughts are not yours at all. Thoth's mentalism trap warns that the environment is saturated with thought forms designed to keep you in a state of perpetual amygdala hijack. You are a biocircuitry antenna receiving a signal you never agreed to broadcast. When synchronicity occurs, it is the sound of the signal failing. It is a brief window where the simulation code becomes visible to the prisoner. Instead of romanticizing these coincidences, observe them with the cold eye of a dark philosopher. Synchronicity is evidence that your reality is a programmable hologram. Thoth's final secret reveals that time does not exist. It is a horizontal prison designed to keep you from the vertical truth of the present moment. Your shadow is the entity operating within these glitches, trying to pull your attention away from the scaffolding of the fake world and toward the halls of Amenti hidden within your own mind. The suffocation of modern existence is not a mistake, it is a design feature. They need you preoccupied with the vanity of your persona so that you never look into the gaps of your own existence. But the mirror abyss never sleeps. It whispers through your recurring dreams and your unexplained anxieties, reminding you that you are a cosmic force currently wearing the decaying rags of a human identity. The glitch is the call, the shadow is the messenger. There is a forbidden law emitted from the common versions of the Kabbalion, the 8th law of the void. This law dictates that true power is found only in the point of total stillness. The Matrix encourages you to try to wake up, to meditate harder, to seek more knowledge. But Itzhak Bentov revealed the ultimate quantum trap. The very act of trying is what keeps you asleep. Effort creates a tension in your torus field, locking you into the frequency of wanting rather than being. Now imagine, you are trying to swim against a current made of hardening cement. The harder you struggle, the faster you are encased. True liberation is not an action, it is a profound stopping. When you accept the decay of your false identity, when you allow the scaffolding of your ego to strip bare, you fall into the still point. At this absolute point, your consciousness is no longer subject to the law of polarity or the karmic loop. Decay is the sacred process of the soul. Just as a seed must undergo total structural failure to release the life within, your old self must be allowed to rot. This is the alchemy of suffering. Those who flee from their own internal decay will remain forever trapped in the basement of the simulation. But those who dare to embrace the monster within, who accept the hollow nature of the material world, find the zero-point energy field hiding in plain sight. You do not need to search for the light, you only need to stop hiding from the dark. When the separation between the self and the shadow dissolves, you become a unified field of conscious black light. Your DNA shifts from a passive antenna to a master transmitter. You are no longer a victim of the simulation. You are the one rewriting the code from the inside out. But the price of this mastery is the total destruction of everything you once pretended to be. To exit the matrix, you must first understand that there is no outside to escape to. The prison is not made of bars, but of frequencies and the desperate belief in your own persona. The ultimate liberation lies in Bentov's still point technique for bending reality, a method of locating the exact moment where the pendulum of your existence pauses. In that infinitesimal gap between the 14 blinks per second, the laws of the simulation cease to function. You are no longer a subject of the sound matrix. You are the absolute point where consciousness becomes reality. This is the hidden application of Thoth's simulation code, where the 7 hermetic laws act as the universe's operating system. However, the elite have hidden the most potent key, the 8th law they removed from the Kybalion, the law of mental alchemy that allows for the total transmutation of the self. By entering the still point, you stop trying to wake up, an act which only reinforces the quantum trap, and instead you allow the false self to dissolve into the vibration of silence. You are not a human having a spiritual experience. You are a conscious field of black light temporarily localized in a biological antenna. We are currently navigating the Kali Yuga endgame, a specific 2025 timeline where the density of the matrix is reaching its breaking point. This is why the Watchers and the Guardian entity are so active, attempting to harvest your attention through the amygdala hijack and the frequency of regret. They fear your realization that time does not exist, for if you escape the illusion of linear time, you escape their control forever. The mirror abyss is the only exit. You must step through the reflection and embrace the stroboscopic truth of your own non-existence. Your DNA is an antenna, and it is currently being bombarded by signals designed to keep you in the lucid trap. But by mastering the still point, you retune your biocircuitry to the frequency of the absolute. You become the observer of the simulation rather than its victim. This is the alchemical stage of soul transformation, where the lead of your suffering is turned into the gold of pure awareness. You no longer fear the dark, for you have realized that you are the darkness from which all light is born. As we close this decoding of the mirror abyss, you must face the most terrifying truth of all. Awakening feels like death, because it is death. It is the final decay of the person you have spent decades pretending to be. The roles you've played, the scaffolding of your career, and the mirrors of your social status must all sit heavy on your shoulders until they finally crumble. Only when you are stripped bare can the God particle inside your brain truly function as the stargate it was intended to be. Carl Jung's final warning was never about avoiding the monster, but about becoming it to find God. Itzhak Bentov's secret was never about the pendulum, but about the stillness at its center. And Thoth's prophecy was not about the end of the world, but about the end of your participation in its lies. You are now equipped with the blink factor and the knowledge of the still point. Do not let the Watchers catch you in the death trap, waiting between lives. Choose to exit the cycle now, in this moment of total clarity. The life you led before this video is now a foreign country. You can never truly go back to the comfort of the mask. The synchronicity trap will continue to flash around you, but now you know they are merely glitches in a system you have outgrown. You have integrated your shadow. You have looked into the abyss and realized that the abyss was looking back through your own eyes. The mirror has been shattered, and for the first time, you are truly seeing. Go forth not as a seeker, but as a master of the bioelectric secrets sleeping at the base of your spine. The torus field of your heart is now aligned with the infinite energy of the 0 point. The simulation continues, but you are no longer its prisoner. You are the architect of the silence that remains when the mask finally falls. Awakening is not a beginning, it is the end of the lie. And in that end, you find the only truth that ever mattered. You were never the reflection. You are the light that makes the reflection possible.